Merry Christmas to everybody, Merry Christmas to me, and Merry Christmas to Vasyl Lomachenko. Even though a lot of the things he's been saying recently are, unfortunately, reminiscent of what Deontay Wilder has been saying in the wake of his loss to Tyson Fury. We're talking about just passing the buck here, passing blame. Lomachenko has been talking about Lopez got lucky, that his punches slid off his body, whatever that means. That he thinks he was entitled to at least a draw, or he won by 1 round. Does that not say it all? If you're going, hey, former pound for pound #1 here, yeah, what is it, Lomachenko? I think I deserved a draw, or I won by 1 round. That says you did not do enough. Now, for me, the fight between Lomachenko and Lopez, you've got a noisy minority who say Lomachenko deserved a draw. I've never actually heard anyone say Lomachenko deserved to win. That's really telling. Most people feel Lopez won. This isn't Canelo Golovkin 2, where most people don't know. A lot of people think Golovkin won. Some people say Canelo won. I actually scored it a draw when I rewatched it. It's not like that. Most people feel Teofimo Lopez deserved to take those belts off the former pound for pound #1. And Lomachenko may be finding it hard to process emotionally. And this is where his biggest fans aren't doing him any favours. Because yes, man, the people who feed stuff into your head that you want to hear when you're a little bit wounded inside, it doesn't do you any good because it's deflecting blame. Who was most to blame in that fight? Imagine if the decision had gone Lomachenko's way. Imagine the uproar. How many people would say that Lopez got robbed? And even if Lomachenko had got that W, that would have just still pushed him right down those pound for pound rankings because people would have gone, he didn't deserve to win that. Or at least he looked awful. So we're deflecting blame with this whole punches slipped off the body. He was lucky. The judges were bribed. I can't believe Lomachenko said that. Yes, 119-109 was awful. That's not representative of what happened in that ring. But don't start to think you deserve to win. Don't start to think that injustice actually means something was at play and you deserve to win, because it didn't. You were at fault. And if there is a rematch, which I hope there is, it is still the best fight that can be made at 135 pounds. We've got Tank Davis. We've got Devin Haney. We have got the Instagram-loving Ryan Garcia. But the best fight that can still be made at lightweight right now is Vasyl Lomachenko against Teofimo Lopez 2. That's one of my most wanted fights of 2021. I'd love to see it. I think Lopez is going to have to be charmed into that rematch with muchos dinero. That's how it's going to only work. He's going to have to be given more money, because I think ego-wise, he's going to want to make good of what he said. He's going to want Lomachenko to go lower down in those weight divisions. That was kind of his plan. He was like, I'm coming in against an older, injured guy. He's on the way out. I want to just knock him right back down. So he's going to have to be given more money. But then there we go. That is the rematch that we want to see. Lomachenko deserves a rematch. It was still very competitive. He still won at least 4 rounds, maybe 5 rounds. But now you are going to have to switch up your game plan. Start early. You are going to have to accept the risk that is there in the early rounds that you weren't in the first fight. When Lopez is fresh, when those counters have more pop on them, you're going to have to navigate your way in and start getting to work earlier. So that when it does get to those good rounds for you in the first fight of rounds 8, 9 and 10, they should already be happening in rounds 3, 4 and 5. So by the time it gets to those late rounds, Lopez is already feeling sorry for himself. He's feeling the pace. And then the great Vasyl Lomachenko, that guy that a lot of us thought we were looking at in those earlier fights, we see him come alive again and start pressing his advantage, going for that revenge victory. That is what it's going to take. That is what a lot of us would like to see. But Lopez was so composed in that first fight, comfortable in himself, just boxing, just doing enough to win the rounds and then always countering and answering. And even in those rounds that Lomachenko won in that first fight, he seemed to be having to really force his work and never really truly bothering Lopez, who always had something in reserve. Is it just a matter of size and age? It could be. Nonetheless, Lomachenko deserves the chance to try and right his wrongs. I hope enough money is put up that this rematch happens around May next year. And if it does, who do you think is going to win?